everyone, I'm Dawn. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for visiting with me today. So today we're going to talk about a topic that might ruffle some feathers. At least my opinion might ruffle some feathers, but um, it's something I want to talk about. Something I want to get off my chest. And when I talk about this, I'm not talking about teenagers or very young women having babies. I'm talking about any woman having babies that shouldn't be having them. Okay, if you're not equipped to raise children, you shouldn't be having them. I'm sorry, and I'm not talking about cases where it's out of their control, if you know what I mean. I'm talking about women who sleep around. Okay, um, and there are several examples in my life, several people I've known throughout my life who um, have screwed up their lives immensely and in turn screwed up their children's lives. And now a lot of them that I've known, their children are grown, screwing up their lives. And um, it's just a vicious cycle. Um, I know more than a couple women who have 4, 5, 6 children from that many men and uh, can't afford them. Uh, and they are lazy. I know people say, well, just because a woman has a lot of kids doesn't make her lazy. These particular people I'm talking about are lazy. Lazy. And I am talking, when I bring this up, I am talking about the people who don't want to work, the people who are lazy, the people who think, oh, I'm just going to keep doing this till I find the right man. Because they think they're going to find Prince Charming who's going to take care of them forever. Because it's been glamorized and romanticized to them so much, and it's gotten into their head that they are just that fabulous. They're going to find the right guy who's going to love them forever. One particular person I know, the first guy, um, well, she didn't know out of 12 guys who the father of her first child was. The second guy, she didn't actually have a child with the second guy, but he was an R word. The next guy was, you know, a felon, just got out of prison, blah, blah, blah. The next guy was a minor that by this time, she was an adult. I believe she was in her 30s and he was 15, 16 years old. And then the next guy was a child M word, a PDF file. And then the current one is also a felon, a violent felon. And she thought it was a good idea to bring him around her children. And she chose him over her children because he's so fabulous. And I have seen these types of choices by several different women throughout my life. And I just don't understand it. It is so much better to just be alone than to be with, I'm sorry, a loser. A loser. Okay? But they think, oh, I'm going to get pregnant and have a baby, and then he's going to have to love me forever. And it hasn't worked out for any of them. But they can't afford to feed their kids. They can't afford to clothe their kids. They can't afford to house their kids. And I don't get it. I don't get it. Why do they keep doing it? I mean, it's easy to swallow a birth control pill. It's easy to make someone wrap it up. If you got to have it so bad, make them wrap it up. It's so ridiculous to me. If all of these women put as much effort into working towards a better life than they do into looking for, they would all be CEOs of major corporations by now. They just stop having children you can't afford to feed. It is disgusting. It is annoying. I've seen women come through places I've worked where they're just like, I will beat you, and they're mean to their kids and ugly to their kids, and they all are put through the system. They all are broken. They all produce children who grow up to do the same thing. They all they raise criminals. They raise victims, and not only that, but they victimize themselves. They're just like, I'm a victim. Nobody told me this or taught me this or showed me this. Just anyway, it drives me crazy. It drives me crazy. And I know, like, some of you may be watching this and being like, well, I was a young mother. And I'm not, if you're a young mother and you didn't screw your life up, because I don't believe children screw your life up. I believe being a worthless, lazy sack of crap is what screws your life up. And I don't understand why it's so much easier to make the bad decision. Why is it so much easier to make the bad choice? Why is it so much easier to do the stupid thing? You know, one girl I tried to help. I tried to help her and she didn't want it. It wasn't fun for her. It wasn't fun for her because she couldn't be objectified by giving out blowjobs. So, you know, and obviously that's not all she gives out since she's producing so many children. And then, this puts them in a state of depression because, I'm poor and it's just, it is, it's horrible because the children are here now. They need to be cared for. But just stop having them. Stop it. Stop doing it. It's stupid. Just stop having children you can't feed. If you can't take care of your kids, if you have to sleep with a guy because you think it's going to get you taken care of, then you're warped in the brain. Quit having children. Quit having baby after baby after baby because you cannot take care of them. And haven't you seen already that no one is going to stick around? You're going to have to fix your life somehow. And yeah, it's hard. You're damn right it's hard. And the more children you have to feed, the harder it's going to get. Quit having babies you can't take care of. Quit it. Quit it. It's disgusting. It's because you're like so these girls, like a lot of them I've met, are confused about, oh, well, I'm not really sure who the father is, or they find out who the father is, but the judge orders him to pay $12 a month in child support. You know, and I'm sorry, and I know this might sound sexist, but ladies, it's your responsibility. You're the ones that can get pregnant. It's your responsibility. Because you know what? The man isn't going to take responsibility. You have to tell him, is it right? No, but that's the way it is. Quit getting pregnant with babies you can't take care of. Quit it. It's so stupid. But anyway, that's all I have to say. I'm going to go. I will definitely organize my thoughts and make a more thorough video about this. But, just make good choices. It's not that hard. Eric just burped, sorry if you heard that. But just make good choices, and pretty soon the good choices get easier to make. You know? Choose wisely. Choose for your future. Live the life you need to live when you're younger, so when you're a little older, you can live the life you want to live. It's just, and children are wonderful, and I adore them, and I wish I had more of them. But, I've been in a situation to where I can have more children if I wanted them. It wasn't like I was just irresponsibly popping them out, having no idea how they were going to be taken care of, you know? And it's not just young mothers, it's women of all ages make stupid choices and bad decisions. And they think that the government is just going to take care of them, and social welfare is just going to be the answer to everything. And don't you want a life? I mean, don't you want to one day be able to take your children on trips and do things with them without asking family members for help? It's disgusting to me. Quit having babies you can't afford, please. And young women who haven't had babies yet, don't have babies you can't afford. Don't have babies with a man that's not going to stick around unless you're in a position where you can take care of that baby yourself and you don't want a man around. But if you're just one of these, you're like, I don't want a man around, but you're digging for breadcrumbs. Rethink your life. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. And no, I'm not sorry, actually. That is just how I feel. And that's the way the world is. So, anyway, that's it. I'm going to go. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to everyone later. Bye.